What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin and the stock market, and of course, what you guys all saw today, which the Federal Reserve implements its fourth 75 basis point hike. And Jerome Powell warned that U.S. rates will peak at higher levels than expected. And we've been talking about this on this channel many times. We said, guys, it's very likely that the Fed is actually lying. They are lying about how high and how long interest rates are going to have to stay at high levels. Very likely because they didn't want to spook the market. And over time, they're going to kind of just slow roll us, do a little bit of a slow kill of the economy. Because, guys, that is the goal of the Fed. They want you to be broke so that you don't have money to spend. That is how they combat inflation. And I get this comment all the time on Twitter. People say, but if the Fed keeps raising rates, they'll destroy the economy. I said, yeah, that's literally the goal. They want you to be broke. They don't want you to spend money. They do not want more spending in the economy. They have to control spending to control inflation. And that's just the way it is right now. So it's starting to seem like maybe this recession's going to get worse. Maybe the Fed actually needs to break our backs just a little bit more before they stop raising rates. And what does that mean? Well, it probably means the stock market's going to be continuing down, guys. And what we saw, we can even go back to 1974 era. This was about a 600-day correction. 2001, about 900 days. 2008, about 500 days, all rough numbers. Currently, 300 days. We are only 300 days into most recessions, which are an average of 650 days, which means we have double the length of time to see corrections in the stock market on average 650 days, right? I've discussed this on Twitter many times. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, create a Twitter account. I was saying this yesterday that at this point, a Fed pivot is just hopium. If the stock market bottomed right now, it would be the shortest recession ever. So I don't think that this stock market low here is really showing me any sort of significant bottom. I think it's just another retrace up inside of a downtrend, and we're ready for lower levels. And a lot of people might be shocked by that idea. Honestly, I thought that Bitcoin was going to rally more so along the side of the stock market on this bounce. We've been looking for a recession rally on this channel, which we got in the stock market, but we didn't get it for Bitcoin. Not really, a little bit. We got a little bit of a recession rally, but I mean, it's just, another lower high in the midst of this major downtrend. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's starting to look like Bitcoin might be creating yet another lower high. There's not much confidence and there's not much reason for people to be super bullish right now. The Fed is not pivoting. This Fed pivot narrative constantly gets shut down. Every time the market bounces in the stock market, people are setting up for a Fed pivot and they don't pivot. Stock market bounces, people are setting up for a Fed pivot and they don't pivot. And I think this is just going to continue to happen until nobody believes the Fed is going to pivot, and that's when we pivot. Months from now, many months from now. But until then, I think the stock market's going to see lower levels. Bitcoin could very easily see lower levels at this point. I know I was talking about a recession rally. I know I was saying, guys, Bitcoin can see a bounce here, but we just didn't find the support. We just didn't get that support. And here's a little sneak peek into the next newsletter that I'm writing right now for my Twitter. If you guys are going Twitter, there's a newsletter tab that you can check out. And this is a little sneak peek into what I'm writing right now. I actually haven't even posted this yet. But this image right here, let me zoom in. I was showing, we've talked about this before on this channel, but how whenever there's stock market volatility, Bitcoin's in a strict downtrend. Stock market volatility, strict downtrend. And even when the stock market is unstable and it's seeing a high, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows, Bitcoin does not find support on those bounces. It's just in a strict downtrend. Bitcoin is people are very hesitant to bullishly bet on Bitcoin when the stock market is volatile. Even when the stock market is going up, Bitcoin just can't catch that support. And here we are, guys. Once again, stock market volatile, increased bearish speculation, and we're just not finding support. Even on the bounces, when the S&P is bouncing, Bitcoin's just not finding support. And so, there's going to have to be a pretty big catalyst, I think, to get this market to shift. And I think that the market is waiting for a true Fed pivot. So it may only be until sometime next year where we really start to change the trend, where we really start to get bullish again. Until then, we might just go sideways, guys. It might be a whole lot of nothing for Bitcoin for the next several months. I'm not saying I'm super bearish. I'm not saying I'm super bullish. I'm literally telling you probably nothing is going to happen for several months here. Yeah, Bitcoin can still go down a little bit more. I guess that's possible. But I really just expect Bitcoin to kind of play out some kind of long-term bottom formation and sort of recover next year. And why do I say April? Well, we talked about this in the last couple updates. We were showing the traditional Bitcoin cycles, and the bull market only really begins when you get above that downward sloping red resistance line. That's when the bullish pivot begins. And we're still far away. In theory, it's April. It's April, guys. So we have so many months of just boring sideways, maybe a little bit further down, but mostly sideways price action. That's what I think is ahead of us until we get into early, mid next year, and then things can start getting bullish again. But today's news was just a big sort of signal that, hey, things probably aren't going to turn around for a while. The Fed is not done raising rates. They are not done raising rates. So we kind of have to hunker down, keep accumulating, keep waiting, and wait for an actual trend shift signal, which we don't have yet. But that's it, guys. Be sure to use that BitGet link down below for up to $4,000 in trading bonuses. Also, we have a huge announcement today from Cryptowatch. The most powerful trading terminal in crypto is now live. 6,500 markets across 10 exchanges, new drawing tools, market data, and audio prompts, empowering retail traders with crypto's first ladder trading platform. Guys, definitely check this out. You can now trade on the Cryptowatch desktop app. You go to cryptowatch.ch/desktop, this link right here. You can check it out, go on Twitter, and download the desktop app and try out their new features.